I'm Jennifer Angel. These are your stars, Sagittarius. Okay, so straight off this week, this month's full moon is in your sign. Okay, so a full moon can be a little unsettling. I always find it unsettling, and I have a Sagittarius rising, so um, it's the full moon is a lunar moon, and the word lunar comes from lunatic. So, it can be erratic sort of energy, and it can signify endings and beginnings. Okay, so the new moon is really about beginnings and leaving things behind. The full moon is really about closing off. It gives you the opportunity to gain closure on certain situations in your life that perhaps are not working as well as they could be. And once you gain closure, it then opens the doors, energy and vibration for something new and better to come in. Okay. All right. Now, also what's helping and supporting that this week is the Uranus and Pluto square on the 20th at the start of the week. It's actually the third square out of 7 over a 3-year period. So it's a pretty heavy duty transit, and through history it's shown to coincide with all sorts of disruption in the world. And there will be an article going up. It's maybe even up by the time you see this video on my jenniferangel.com New York Daily News website, so that's interesting to go in and have a look at as well. Okay, but for you, Sagittarius, let's get back to you. Pluto is in your second house, so this is very much about your self-worth. It's your money house, and it's about how worthy you feel to have the things in your life that you dream of having. Uranus is in your 5th house. This is a creative area. It's like your creative expression. It's also a personal area of love relationships as well. So it's like money and love. Okay, they're on the radar, and right opposite you in your 7th house of relationships, love and relationships, there's a host of planets sitting there. The sun is going to transit into there earlier in the week on the 21st. Venus, Jupiter, and communication planet Mercury. So, and at the end of this week, certainly this is a challenging time. There's no doubt about it. The Uranus-Pluto squares are challenging, and the full moon is unsettling. But I want to just tell you that in another week's time, starting towards the end of this week, 27th, 28th of this month, there's going to be some very positive, beneficial aspects with Jupiter, and that's going to be sitting right opposite you there with relationships. So it's like what happens this week over this period, it's like it almost opens the doors so you can push the reset button and then have a renewed energy that's coming through around partnerships, relationships towards the end of the week. Okay, so it's never all bad, Sagittarius, and you of all star signs realize that. So, you're the star sign that has the forever optimism and are inspired to keep the big picture in mind. And really, that's what you need to do right at the moment. So just before we close off, you still have Mars sitting there in your solar 6th house, which means that you're probably still very, very busy at work. You want to watch that you don't overdo it too much, especially over this next week. This next week is a time to just don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be too critical. Give yourself a little bit of a break. I mean, I find that funny coming from me, Capricorn workaholic, but you want to look after your health when Mars is in your 6th house, because it can just push you to do way too much. Okay, and when you do way too much, something has to give, and normally it's your health and well-being. So take a step back, reset your routines, and make sure you be disciplined about looking after yourself, and your daily, weekly, monthly routine includes a little bit of Sagittarian nurturing. Okay, all right, love and luck to you. Thanks for watching. I'm Jennifer Angel.